gets in the way of everything. It's I can only speak from my own experience. I find it is like a drug that you don't want. It's like when I've been healing this, I felt like I was going cold turkey off some kind of hardcore drug or something. It felt really bad. This feeding is the masculine looking for love in the opposite sex, because they don't realize that they are facing their mirror, and so they're giving love to the feminine, and that hooks in the feminine. Say, oh, I found love in a man. And then when there's problems with sex and all these other abandonment wounds, for example, come up, the father not being in his heart, that's the father wound, not being present in his heart. All these wounds clash and they create war between the feminine and the masculine, and that creates further separation. Now, I'm focusing on sexualization of the feminine because the masculine has a bigger responsibility here. It's huge. And I'll tell you the responsibility of the feminine. But first, I'll say that the masculine's responsibility is to stop sexualizing himself and the feminine. It can get really, when you start healing it, you start to realize how much is sexualized. Creation is sexualized. People sexualize cartoons. They sexualize women, children, men. Um, Creation itself can be sexualized, right? Even food. Food is an obvious one. And it may sound innocent to you, but when you start to realize how profound it is, it can be quite upsetting or a bit strange. For example, my partner and I, Hazel, were in an outdoor pub, and it was broad daylight, and this woman had a toddler. He couldn't walk, so she was holding his hands while he walked forward. And he stopped and he looked at Hazel, and she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, he's a bit of a flirt." Less than 6 months old, right? Or I don't know how old he was, but that's irrelevant. The point is, she was sexualizing her child without even knowing it, right? So these wounds start at that early, and it can even go before you're born. So, if did your mother and father make love, or did they create lustful desire of each other, and therefore you're created through lustful desire, and that wound is passed on.